According to reports, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control has expressed fears that the number of coronavirus cases in the country will continue to rise for the next few months. As lockdown imposed by the federal government and the FCT, actually, Lagos State and Ogun State, are still on. Now, what are your general thoughts on this?
I think everybody knows my position. I think it is a bad idea, honestly, because the numbers are rising. And when the numbers are rising, that's definitely not the time to send people out. But people have said to me, well, it's not just about food. Because I was saying a lot of people have complained that they don't get food. Maybe that government should look at providing food instead, find better ways to make sure that food gets to those that need it, instead of sending us out. But people have said, well, what if your wife gets pregnant and or your wife is ill or she just had a baby and you need to pay for hospital bills or rent and things like that? Then you would know that it's important to go and get a job. And I still feel that's where the government can come in. Right. I know in some other countries, I don't know if we did it here, where landlords have been told not to collect rent for a period of time during the lockdown, you know, because nobody's making money anywhere. And if everybody's at home and you say you have a business and you open up and nobody comes to your shop, it's still the same thing. So for me, I think it's better we stay home, and the government should do more in making sure palliatives of different sorts. People should also be able to go to the hospital, which is very important now. So it's non-COVID, but of course, all hospitals are meant to treat everybody like they may be COVID.
The governor of Ogun State had actually sent out a post, guidelines on what people should consider before coming out. And then one of the things he said that if you're living in Ogun State and you work in Lagos State, you're not allowed to come to Lagos. Now that's spurred up quite a bit of conversation online. Was that a good idea? Can you force somebody not to go to work, especially because the state they work in has lifted lockdown from 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. for workers? What do you think, okay, go ahead.
Well, for me, one, I don't agree with the lockdown being lifted. I don't think it is the right time. I think that we locked down when the numbers were less, and then we're releasing people when the numbers have increased and is increasing. So I don't agree. Regarding Ogun State, I think the state governor is responsible for the citizens of his state, and he has a right to protect his citizens. It's his cost. Nobody going for treatment in Yaba is being asked to pay money and deposit before being treated. That is the responsibility of the governor and the state to finance the health treatment. So the state governor has a right to prevent increase in number of positive cases in his state, because he knows I cannot afford it. So if you work in Lagos, find a place to live in Lagos, squat with somebody, don't carry yourself in and out and bring... No, I know someone, a fruit seller in my area, during the lockdown, had to move into a location with somebody close to my house because she lives in all those Arekpo area, but she sells fruits close to my house. And so she's been living close because that's the only way she can get there. So I think the governor, the governor has a right to say, if you live in Ogun State, you want to benefit from healthcare in Ogun State, or you want to benefit from healthcare from Lagos State, stay where you want to stay.
My major worry has been always only the markets. They are essentials, but our markets are so disorganized. In other parts of the world where they're saying, okay, go to the malls, you get your stuff, things are a bit more organized. Here, we have hundreds and thousands of people falling into like it's mile 12 market. So what I think Nima has been saying from day one is like, if at the entrance we now have these wash hand basins, maybe like we have like 50 or 100 across the board. So when you're entering the market, you're washing your hands, you have the right face mask. So these are things that we might need in philanthropists to begin to look into. All our major markets must have entry points, one entry point or multiple entry points that has enough washing bands, wash hand basins for people to wash their hands.
So Lagos State has said that on Mondays, on Wednesdays, on Fridays, essentials, and then Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday for essential businesses. And there's a guideline. So and it's all over the social media and everywhere on what to do, how to protect ourselves. I know that the local markets, all the local markets, they have like daily contributions that they pay to the community that probably protection and all the other. My expectation is that the others have been informed. We saw the mass awareness that went on before the lockdown. These buckets is not something you should ask a philanthropist to do. It's something the Yaloja and those coordinators of the market should put at every point.